Welcome to another episode of Mock the Week. My name is Wilson Mburu. Tonight on the show, the state of the nation, Mock the Week style. The president said it's stable, but is it? Spoiler alert, it actually is. It is very stable. That's coming up in a short while. Meanwhile, what a week this has been. Things are happening in this country. The president decided to go and give other people lectures and then apparently came back with the bitter sugar. And then he invited MPs to go have tea with him, and then they said, maybe not. We also learned that Pastor Ganga is an inventor. He invented his own version of the English language. Then, in another church, the clergy beat up the congregation, and the byproduct of that beating was the invention of yet another version of the Kiswahili by the congregation.
Balikuwa makinywa na makilia, todu manaletewa soda na mikate.
Let me tell you, you know things are thick when somebody goes into Ngelia Mali. All in all, it has been a very busy week. Oh, and then there was, I'd forgotten, Arsenal. You thought I'd forget, didn't you? West Ham walloped Arsenal on Sunday on day one of the new English Premier League campaign. Here's a question. When is the last time Arsenal won the league? On PlayStation 2.
West Ham snatch the lead at the Emirates. Back by Zarate, too.
Since the last time Arsenal won the league, Justin Bieber was born and became a success. And I'm told that Arsene Wenger was so furious with his shining new goalkeeper, Peter Cech, he took him back to the Stamford Bridge sales room. And then he asked for a refund. In fact, I believe we have that footage.
I'd like to return an item, please. Yes, this 6-foot goalkeeper I purchased from you over the summer. That seems the big problem. Well, it said on the box he was a world-class goalkeeper. And, well, he can't seem to save the ball at all.
In his defense, Peter Cech was used to playing in front of a bus. Okay, enough with the football.
Hey, see you, baby.
It is a deal that is said to have been struck between Kenya and Uganda during President Uhuru Kenyatta's 3-day visit there. And it had everything to do with sugar.
Ooh, sugar deal. I love deals. I bet this will be sweet. Okay, what's the big deal with this deal?
Uganda business people and companies would get permits that would allow them to export their surplus sugar to the Kenyan market, and in exchange, Uganda would allow Kenya to export beef and related products to Uganda.
Okay, so far so good. It's a trade between two friendly countries. Uganda is actually Kenya's biggest trading partner, so there's really nothing here to talk about, is there? Let's move on.
Kenyans who live in the sugar belt understand fully and painfully so the devastation that has been caused on their livelihoods by importation of cheap sugar.
Okay. Whoa. Wait a minute. There's a belt made of sugar in this country? Do they make that for regular people, or are they only for those with intentions of stealing?
Opposition leader Raila Odinga demanded for the details of the deal that he said was suspect and would lead to the collapse of the already struggling sugar industry in Kenya.
We leave it there for now, but you'll be hearing from us on this matter, definitely.
It's like they never learn. Yeah, we've demanded details of a deal from the government. Now, we'll just wait, and the government will provide the said details, right?
When you say that I went to talk about bringing cheap sugar into Kenya, which cheap sugar? Where do you want us to get our shortfall from? I would rather get it from Uganda than from Brazil. I mean, it is logical. And who says it is cheap?
Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, it was on. Everybody who had ever heard of sugar came out of the woodwork, and things got really real. Things went south so rapidly. Tony Gashoka came out of the woodwork to, ironically, attempt damage control.
What the president has only done is sign a protocol with Uganda to say, should we run out of sugar as already exists under COMESA, we better give East Africa.
A decision like the one the president has made would have been acceptable to us as members of the opposition if it had followed the due process.
Correct me where I'm going wrong and say this is what I should be doing, not taking me back.
There are so many goods that Uganda produces which we don't produce, which we can import. If it is the issue of balancing trade between Kenya and Uganda, sugar is not one of them.
Tomorrow it will be him here, and he will expect me to also support him in the same way.
Okay, wait. Sometimes I get confused. First of all, Mr. President, you really have to make up your mind. On one side, you want to be criticized and corrected when you're wrong. But then, when you're corrected because you're wrong, you get angry at your critics? I don't think it works like that. That's like caning your child for not eating sugar, for doing exactly what you told him not to do. These guys are just doing their jobs of criticizing the deal that you made using details that reveal that you entered the country into a bad agreement that will cripple sugar farming. And as we get the details of that agreement, I will just sip my water here.
We have not seen the agreement.
I'm sorry. What?
We have not seen the agreement.
Oh, bruh. So, the opposition is creating a whirlwind over a deal whose details they do not have, but have firm belief that it's a terrible one. Okay? And what rationale have they used to gauge the bad dealiness of this deal?
The Swahili say, dalili ya mvua ni mawingu, and they are all signs that indeed there is a deal.
Oh, I didn't know we were still using weather-based technology to gauge the suitability of sugar deals. No wonder the president was getting frustrated. People complaining without even knowing what they should be complaining about. In fact, our head of state got so annoyed and worked up, he decided to just drop hints on where this deal might have serious issues.
And who says it is cheap?
There is your hint.
The factories are making losses because cheap imported sugar has filled warehouses and flooded the market.
We must look big and think big for the future of our people.
We will be speaking to you very soon should the president fail to account to Kenyans on this grave matter.
Where it is the interest of our nation, our region, our continent, we must speak in one voice for the betterment of our people and for the future of our children.
So after making a lot of noise on this deal, the president decided to do what most people do in times of crisis. He invited the said complainers to taste the sugar that he just bought.
Members of Parliament from Western Kenya today snubbed an invite by President Uhuru Kenyatta to discuss the now controversial Kenya-Uganda sugar deal.
The caucus has resolved to politely decline.
Yes, the MPs suspected that the sugar in the tea might have been laced with some mind control substance, and afterwards one of the MPs was seen on the streets celebrating their refusal to have tea with the president.
Hey, see you, baby.
But have you noticed that since this government came to power, it seems to always be on the defensive? First it was laptops for children, which funny story. It was this government's pet project. Then there was standard gauge railway, and then the list of shame, and then NYS, and then this. Maybe they should just come up with a calendar telling us what scandals we'll be expecting when in the near future. To try and explain this phenomenon, Mock the Week has prepared a State of the Nation address that should start anytime now. As you can see, we're just getting ready for this. We're ready? Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Please, have your seats. This address now gives us the opportunity to tell you the exact state of the nation, seeing that there are very many states of the nation addresses out there that might be misleading Kenyans. And without much ado, let's get started. The state of our nation is stable. Stable because everything is on the rise. It doesn't matter what it is that is on the rise, but if it's going up, then it certainly shows stability. Now, one of the leading income generators, especially for the most powerful class, which, as you are all aware, is the most important class, is corruption. And we are proud today to announce that we have seen a steady rise in this noble cause that has been enabling the powerful class to wake up in a new Bugatti every day. And we can also comfortably state that corruption started from the bottom, but now it's here. And the country has done so well in this area that Transparency International has actually increased the corruption index rating from 136 out of 177 to 145 out of 175. Yes, Kenya is now the 145th most corrupt country out of 175 countries that were indexed by TI. And as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, we are making some serious progress towards becoming an all-inclusively corrupt nation. Now, the mock prosecution of senior government officials, while this may be a concern to a few, I wish to state categorically and circumfoniously that there is no cause for alarm. This move is designed to be good for the country as a whole, for the benefit of our people, and for the benefit of the future of our children. Thank you very much, members of the press, for attending this. Mko karibu sana, kujeni tukunywe chai. Asante sana, tuonane. Sawa? All right.
Sababu tulipigwa makiwa hapa tu. Malikuwa makinywa na makilia. Todu manaletewa soda na mikate. Say what? Say what?
Welcome back. You are watching Mock the Week. My name is Wilson Mburu. If you just joined us, we've been talking about corruption and sugar turning bitter and so many other problems that are facing us. And it leads us to believe that the only place we can find solace is the house of God.
They strolled into the holy house in style, colorfully dressed for the sermon, each carrying their holy book in hand. Their grand entry promising nothing less than religious fireworks.
I don't know about you, but I really could use some serious religious fireworks just about now. I need inspiration.
But as soon as they were safely inside the holy temple, The church literally turned into a wrestling arena, the holy men leading in the duel against their own congregants, including hapless elderly women.
What? There's a denomination that allows wrestling in their church. More seriously though, what gives these pastors the right to assault people like that for whatever weird, small-minded, distorted religious reason? Clergy cannot just start raining blows on innocent people without consequences, especially since, according to the report, this happened 2 months ago, in June. So 2 months later, I trust our system, and I'm sure these nincompoops got arrested and charged.
Details of this incident, which happened on June 14th this year, are still fresh in the minds of these grannies whose persistent search for justice against the rogue priests is yet to bear any fruit.
Goge akaweka mimi gudi kwa kishwa. Huyu Mwaora ni mtu mkubwa sana. Hehe, akanipiga kishwa. Mimi nikafanya namna hii.
Sababu tulipigwa makiwa hapa tu. Malikuwa makinywa na makilia. Todu manaletewa soda na mikate.
You know, when you contextualize those sound bites, they really stop being funny. I dare those priests to go try that at a church in Kilimani or Karen. Let's see how that goes. Yet nobody has even been arrested over this. Okay, so we clearly won't get help from that church. Let's try another. Ah, cool. This is more like it. The mood seems right, the music seems great, the congregation seems fired up, the Holy Spirit might be... Hold on just a second. I know that guy.
The file of police investigations on televangelist James Ganga now lies with the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions to take action. This was after police recommended that the pastor faces charges of causing death through dangerous driving.
Since things have happened, I have never been given any chance to speak from my heart, to explain what happened and what was there.
Really? Nobody has given you a chance? Really? This was Monday the 10th, I believe, when the apostle appeared on Citizen TV. But he seems to be suffering from selective amnesia. Here's how. 4 days before that interview on Citizen, he was on Nation FM speaking his heart out.
I know nothing about all those things. Only one thing I know, there was a party or something to do with the hotel, and many people came there, and there were so many cars. So after the occasion, people went home. So I didn't know who came with this car or this car.
Okay. So the pastor can't remember whether he talked to any media house, and even before that, he didn't know whether he knew anything about the accident. Let's see whether there is anything the pastor remembers from that day.
You're saying one of the vehicles of the people who were there is the one that was involved. This vehicle belonged to one of those people.
Yes, correct.
Do you know this person?
I came to know the person who was with the car after this thing happened.
And who is this person?
The person who was driving, his name is, I don't remember his name clear because he's a part of the member, but he's new, Bogwa.
Oh boy, buckle up folks. His memory stick has been removed. Oh, I know a subject that any pastor would never forget. His own preachings.
You said, for all your critics, they will die before their time. Did you say this or not? You don't know.
Maybe unless you show me, because in terms of saying that I said this and maybe I was teaching, I give explanation of this and your person was there. You know, you journalists, you can pick the bad words, but you can't pick the good words. You pick only the bad one, where you spoke, where you have a handkerchief. That's where you can pick and give news to the. That's what you can take.
Right. Again, like I say, you have every right to say that, but you haven't answered my question.
Yeah, I say
Did you say these things, or did you say these things?
I say this, Hussein, you know, this time, my heart, I'm not happy for how journalism are doing to me.
You know, it's actually illegal to discuss an ongoing court case, and this thing is already in court. And I don't have 2 billion shillings to just dish out to the court. So I don't want to give my opinion on this issue, because unlike Tony Gashoka, I highly doubt I'd enjoy prison.
But I enjoyed the prison. It was quite nice.
Anyway, on this issue, to quote the words of a pastor's bird of a feather.
Dalili ya mvua ni mawingu.
But you know, the good pastor here has brought out a very interesting aspect of language by inventing his own language with carefree grammar and unintelligible syntax. And to bring us up to speed on some of the more colorful quotes from Pastor Nganga's Book of Interesting Language, here are the top 10 famous quotes by Pastor Nganga on Kenyan TV on Nika Kala's Top 10.
Car is not a bicycle. If you want to know the owner of the car, don't talk about size. Demon cannot work itself.
3.
I heard that one of the car which was among the car which was in the hotel.
4.
By heart, I'm not happy how journalism are doing me.
5.
You can read. Just a minute you can read on a newspaper that I was drunkards.
6.
It is an example how people can sew your car.
7.
Let somebody come and say, we drinked with him in this bar, and in this bar, and in this bar.
8.
Journalists become professional.
9.
I can't record all these 1,000 people in my head.
10.
If somebody has a demon, that demon must die.
I'm told that the pastor has ordered the creation of his own dictionary, which will be, and this is the statement from his office. I'm quoting directly. The dictionary will be to come to you every day as journalism can't remember what we have called it. From his office. Quoted verbatim. I, for once, am looking forward to discovering the new words in it. In short, here's my impression of Pastor Nganga attempting to speak English. Poor fellow. Now, before we wind up, let's review what we've learned today, all right? The president wants to be criticized in his own terms by the opposition, which has no details of what they are criticizing the president about, and the police look away while clergy beats up poor, defenseless old women. And even those pastors who claim to be innocent can't remember what in the world happened. We're in trouble. See you next week.